So when I think about things I strive for as a man or admire in others, two things that come to mind are I think a man should be courageous and brave. And when I think about what it takes in order to be courageous, you have to have fears. Courage is having fears and doing things anyway. I'm Coach Bobby Brown, and I'm with Sober Life Right. What I do is I help people live their most amazing lives completely free from drugs and alcohol. I do that through one-on-one coaching. I do that hopefully through these videos. And then I also just try and live my life in a way that is pretty amazing, so I can hopefully be a role model, have something that somebody else wants. I am a man in long-term recovery. What that means for me is that today I am living my absolute most amazing life. I love my life. It blows me away sometimes when I think about how much joy I get out of life. And I do that free from drugs and alcohol. It's been that way since July 22nd, 2021. Right? That's the last time that I had any substance in my body. I'm going through one of my top 5 favorite books, The Success Principles by Jack Canfield. Got my copy right here. Absolute encyclopedia of habits and principles that successful people live by. I first got a copy of this book when I was in jail in 2019. This was as a result of some of the decisions I was making while suffering from a substance use disorder, specifically methamphetamine use disorder. I ended up where many people that suffer from this end up in jail. Highly recommend this book. I am an Amazon affiliate. If you look in the description, there's a link to the book. So if you don't have a copy and would like one, please use my link. I'll make a small commission. But regardless, just check the book out. I highly recommend if you are you want to do some amazing things in your life, you're trying to take it to the next level, this book has got all the answers. So let's talk about the chapter today. Chapter 15, the title is Experience Your Fear and Take Action Anyway. Okay. So Jack goes through and he touches on a couple of different things. He gets into why we have fears to begin with. And I like when he ties, I like people that tie things into anthropology and how we have developed over time. In early humans, most instincts we have are things that came from a long time ago. In early humans, fear was a response to keep us out of real life or death danger, back before societies and back before we had, we could protect each other as people. There were predators out there that would prey on us as humans. If you take away all our tools and you put us out there with the rest of the animal kingdom, we are not designed to be at the top of the food chain. It's our mind and our tools that have placed us there. And so these fears, they're ingrained in us to keep us safe. Things have changed a little bit though. Odds are when I walk out of my house today, I'm not going to be attacked by a giant panther here in Houston. Now, a lot of my fears, most of my fears are internal stuff. They stem from fear of not being liked, fear of not being good enough, fear of failing at something. That's a big one. I'll talk about that, how it relates to my addiction. When I was out in active addiction, and now mind you, I think this is so important. Maybe if you have a loved one that is using in an active addiction, or maybe it's you that's using an active addiction. Once you've got chemicals in your body, and in fact, even the first drink causes a change. The chemicals that you introduce to your body physically change how your brain is working. All right. all sorts of science backing this. They've done brain scans. You've got thousands of people have spent thousands of hours doing research into it. But like the bottom line is that when you put chemicals in your body, you are physically changing your body. You're physically changing your brain, which, you're basically causing a form of brain damage. I think about this, especially with meth. Like some of the meth scans that I've seen are just so scary. Like they'll have these areas where normal brain function will be like all lit up with all this activity, and they'll show the meth influenced brain, and it's got these huge dead areas, and it's the parts of the brain where your decision making, that sounds kind of like something that's important, and your impulse control, where these parts of your function happen and they're just not working. And it makes perfect sense when I think about what my behavior was like while I was using. Like I thought I was sane and I was crazy, and I like just would do like whatever came up in front of me, like whatever was like, okay, this is pleasure, go towards it. This is fear, run away from it. And that's basically working on like an animal instinct level. Not able to make decisions, even do the most basic things like eat right, sleep on a daily basis, these basic human functions that we need. And that what was happening to me. Let's get back to our book. Talks about how you have to be willing to face the fear. Use some pretty cool acronyms. And like I said, I can't cover the entire book in 10 to 14 minutes, which is my goal on these videos. So I highly recommend just get the book, sit down and read it. Or, what I even recommend more is hire me as a coach, and then we can go through this stuff that's together, go through it together, and we find out what works and what's important and what you're missing in your life. Because there's so much stuff in here. You might be doing a lot of the stuff, and you might have just some areas. That's where, as a coach, I can help you figure those things out. So that's my shameless plug for, hey, come coach with me. Go see some good acronyms. Fear, fantasized experiences appearing real. So yeah, that's most of the fears that I have are not going to come true. And I think this is where a lot of anxiety comes from. I think tie into that. Not being able to stay in the present and like worrying. I will create all these scenarios in my mind of what might happen. 99% of which will never come true. But then I will base my behavior in the moment on this outcome that I've fantasized and think might happen. And it will keep me from doing things that I know I need to do. One of my fears right now is like, I'm a damn good coach. And I know a lot of people that could use coaching. And I've got fears where I'm just asking my friends, hey, like, you want to have a conversation about coaching? Like, this is what I do. I'm good at it, man. I could help you build a life that you love. Like it's not that I think you are not capable on your own. It's that what I specialize in, like, I'm good at making plans. I'm good at mindsets. I'm good at identifying roadblocks. I'm good at accountability. I am good at setting a system in place to help you to be able to walk through in a systematic way to quickly get what you want. This is what I have spent the last 30 years of my life learning about people and how people work, and about leadership, and about how to help people identify like where their strengths are and how they can best fit in, and how to teach and train. I spent 10 years in recovery figuring out what works, what doesn't work for me. I've worked with thousands of people as a recovery coach, seeing what works for others, what doesn't work for others. Like, I've got this wealth of experience, and I've developed the skills of being able to talk to people and ask the right questions. I'm trustworthy and I'm vulnerable. Like all these things, like this is, and it's not, I say these all humbly, like this is what God's given me. And this is what he's like, his assignment to do, is to help others, help individuals to build a life that's amazing, because to me, that's one of the keys to being able to stay clean and sober. Is you have to have a life so amazing that it'd be crazy to go back. Like for me today, like the thought of me picking up even a single beer is like so ludicrous. Like I couldn't even imagine, for what? Like what do I need a beer for? To be social? I'm fucking social now. Like I'll talk to anybody. Do I need it to unwind and relax? No, I stay in a pretty relaxed, I handle stress. Throw crappy stuff at me. I can recognize and make what's making me crappy. You know what? Okay, yes. And I can allow myself to feel that, and I can change the way I feel through gratitude, change the way I feel by having goals, having things that I'm working on. Like it's just, it would be insane. And I want to show as many people as possible that like, it's not because there's something special about me. It's because I have spent so much time learning the skills and developing the skills and making the mistakes and learning the lessons. And I can help you do that a lot faster. So I don't know how much of this ended up being about fears as much as just talking about me, but like I've learned to just kind of lean into this, our principle from yesterday, and just see what comes out. I work with ChatGPT to kind of look at frameworks and to look at possible scripts ahead of time, but I just shoot these. This is just me talking. Like this is legit what you get. So it's time for some calls to action, because that's what you do in these videos if you want to build a following, if you want to help people, and if you want to. So, one, if you like this video, please like it. If you want to see more, you want to see the other success principles, you want to see what else I regurgitate or throw out here, please subscribe to my channel. And then finally, if you've thought about a coach and you know you're ready to take that step, that like you have goals, you have dreams, you have things that you want to achieve, or you just know, hey, I'm not satisfied with where I'm at, or I'm sober and life's still not that great, and you're willing and ready to do something about it, and you want to do, like, and if you're intense and you want to work hard and you want somebody that's going to hold you accountable and that's not going to sugarcoat things, and that's not trying to drag this out for the rest of your life. I believe you can make an impact in 90 days. 90 days, you can absolutely change your life. You've got intense focus, you put your energy into it. The thing is, it actually takes less energy when you have a plan. Like, that's the crazy thing. Like, I'm accomplishing so much right now, and I'm working, like, I feel rested. I've just eliminated a lot of distractions. And I'd love to teach that to you. So if that's you, then just comment coach, or reach out to me, or go to my website, or, you know, if we know each other, text me and let's talk. Just you and me, just a conversation. We'll just kind of see, you know, hey, where you're at, and maybe I can help. So thank you.